you're all doing very well. This is Sneha. Let me just give a very nice introduction for me. So I see what all you want to know from the seminar. Or it's not even a seminar, just you've seen here. I mean, the thing is, I'm through a process, and that is a process that you guys are either a part of or just beginning. So I'm going to just tell you what I did and probably tell you what I should have done more. Yeah, so we'll go through the whole process together. So I know you have IQS starting in an hour's time, so let's do this very quickly there. So I'll start with the thing. Now, as I'm assuming most of you are going to be applying either for MS or Ph.D. I know mostly it's going to be MS, but I didn't know this is third year, so I'm just telling you that for the engineering students, B.Tech or B, there's an option of doing a direct Ph.D. also. That's what I'm doing. So if you want a job, MS is the best thing to do. If you want to get into research, Ph.D. But these MS or Ph.D, the criteria that the universities are going to have is very similar. Now, as you all would probably realize by now, since you're not very stressed, you guys know what it is. It is not like an undergraduation. There is no one entrance examination that is the universities decide to whether they want to give you an admit or not. It's a bunch of things they look at your entire package and then decide to give you an admit. So this slide basically summarizes what all you would need to have to get an admit from a good university, either MS or PhD. You can see that more or less it's the similar requirements. It's just that, okay, you need to have a good academic performance in your undergraduation, that is your B.Tech, have a good GPA. They have a criteria of 4 or in a scale of 4. So it's best to have more than 3.5, but 3 is good. But you need to have a good score there. GRE TOEFL, that's why you are here, so GRE TOEFL is a must. Then there's something called the statement of purpose. I'm sure you all right. About GRE is that this is going to be our entrance. Now when you're trying to apply for the really top universities, top 10, top 20 universities, they're going to have thousands and thousands of profiles, students going to apply. So mostly they're going to screen you using your GRE. By this I don't mean that if you have a low GRE, you won't get into the university. You probably will, but this is going to give you an edge and this is going to help you get noticed. So it's important that you do your GRE and do it very well. When you start preparing for GRE, honestly you started preparing for it the moment you started speaking English, but actually to prepare for GRE, I think the time would be second year. I know many would think it's probably very early to start, but it's not, because I don't know how many of you have seen balance, but it can be pretty alarming and pretty scary to see 3,500 words that you have to learn. So the sooner you start, the more easily can you learn the words, and it's also going to give you more time. So there's lesser pressure, you might actually start enjoying the language here. I didn't mean good scale, I meant my university has a GPA on a scale of 10. We don't have percentage, your semester scores are rated on a scale of 10. So the US universities usually have a scale of 4. So that's the academic scale. So 3.5 on 4 is good, 3 on 4 is also good, but 3.5 is the best. That's their highest criteria. So then you need to write, getting back to my slide, you need to write a statement of purpose, which is going to be a personal statement. On a scale of 10, but the university mostly have a converter. So if when you are applying, in that application, you'll have a converter, and even if you don't have this converter in the application, you can send your score on a scale of 10. They'll convert it in a scale of 4, so it's okay. have this research. But even if you are doing your MS, I would suggest, even if you want to apply for MS, I would suggest that you do a research, you do some research, you get a fellowship, because it's going to look very good on your profile. And if let's say there are many people who are having a similar profile as yours, and you have an extra fellowship or you have some internship, it's really going to help. So it's important for both, but it's most important for the PhD head. When you start preparing for GRE balance is the GRE Bible. If you are in the second year, go and get a balance first. But balance is sufficient? No, but nothing is sufficient for GRE, because the only thing that is really sufficient for a GRE is a dictionary, and you can't learn the whole thing. So balance is at least the fundamental necessity for GRE. But if you look at balance, it has a word, it has the meaning, and it has a sentence. That is not going to help you completely understand the word. So I suggest whenever you're doing a word from balance, also have dictionary.com open with you. So when you do that, you will see what balance has to say, you will see what dictionary says. Look at the antonyms, look at the synonyms, look at various applications of the sentences. Try to make sentences on your own, because that will tell you whether you really understood. Trust me, no. But if you're not taking classes, there has to be someone who has to get you back on track. And I can talk for most engineering students. I'm sure we have a really bad, we have bad experiences with planning. We have this plan, but we cannot compromise on planning this year. So what I suggest is make a timetable, keep 20 to 25 words for a day. Okay, keep it only for the weekdays, do not keep it for the weekend, because you might want to go out, you might want to have fun, and you don't want to learn words. You won't be able to learn words. Also, you need time to revise, so do 25 words or something per day. Do it for a week and then make sure. Keep a constraint, put a timetable, tell yourself that you're going to do so many words in the week and make sure you do it. Because that's the only way you'll be able to finish it. And most of all, revise. See, I'm 1 year, it's more than 9 years since I wrote my GRE. I was flipping through the balance yesterday with the GRE people, and I don't remember half of the words, because that's the way these words are. So you have to keep doing it every day. You really have to revise every day, because if you don't do it, it's going to happen. You prepare for 1 year and you don't revise it, it's as good as not preparing. It might look scary, but it's a fact, and that's when you really start panicking. So as important as learning is preparing. That's why I said fundamental is know your words, and after that you really want to do well in see. When you're going to write a GRE, I can tell you you're not going to know all the 30 words. So what's important in GRE is to practice. Practice for 1 month, practice all the, because you're going to make mistakes. Don't get down when you're getting bad scores. I got 400, 450 for a really long time. Even 2 days before I wrote my GRE, I got a 550 or something. So it's okay. What you need to know from them is what are the mistakes you do. It's not necessary that you know a word and you're going to get that right. So what you need to do is you make sure that you know that word and you're able to apply it right. So once you practice for a really long time, I think you'll be able to do well. So there is no shortcut really, but you want to boost your verbal as you say practice, because that's the only way I think it will work. Honestly, because my presentation says that early. No overloading. That's why that's it. Even I keep saying start early, because you don't have pressure, you can do the minimum number of words you know. statement of purpose, then you need recommendation letters from your professors. Usually 3 is the criteria the universities have. You can have 3 to 4. Now besides these, it's always good to have projects, internships or papers published. This is just a very brief page. I'm going to talk about all of them in detail to detail. So you will have to have projects, internships besides these. For Ph.D, research is one of the most important criteria besides these. But for MS, projects are not crucial, so to say, but since you have next to next competition everywhere, the projects are going to give you the edge over the others, so it's important that you have that. So first we look at the research experience. So most of us are UG students, most of us are doing engineering. So I understand that our courses are usually very theoretical, we have so much to do in our coursework that we do not have time to do any real research or anything, so that we at the most have lab experiences. We have dissertation at the end, but by then it's too late if you're trying to apply for fall. So it's important that you use all the holidays you have. So what we usually do is we take up research during summer. First year is too early, most of us don't even know if they want to do an MS or PhD, so let's leave first year. But second and third year is usually the time when you have to do your research. So this means you have complete 2 months in hand. You can actually go to other universities, other institutes in other cities, other countries and do a research in a really nice place. That's going to give you a big edge. So here I listed out a few fellowships. IIS is the most common and I can say that it's one of the most easily accessible fellowships. So you can try these. The last 2 are international ones. That is the Germany fellowship at Wisconsin-Madison is from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. But as far as I know, it's mostly for biology. But I'm not so sure. I think you want to check that up yourself. So that is the summer research, and if you can get a fellowship from any of them, it's really good for you. Besides this, if you want to have a publishing, it's difficult to get a paper published during the summer. So what I suggest is take a project probably under your professor in your university or some nearby research institute that is accessible to you on a daily basis. Start work there, start research during your winter holidays or something. Continue for a semester. So that way when they're publishing their work, you could become a co-author and that could look really, really good on your profile. So you go to the university your senior friend, you know the profile of your senior, you know your profile, you will be able to get a better idea of whether you will get that university or not. It is not that you wouldn't get any other universities, you certainly will, or that you should just apply to the others. But it just makes sense that you know that your senior has gone to that university, which means that it's a safe university for you to apply.